No one, Farah.
I just say pure domination. That's all.
The Bulldogs dominated from the first play of the game and never let up.
Keeper Bennett gets a block. Georgia draws first blood. McConkey's wide open. Touchdown, Dogs. Mitchell, one-handed catch for a touchdown.
This is the new era with Georgia Bulldogs.
The Dogs did the hard work.
I love this team. I love those fans. I love our band. I love everybody. Back to back, baby. Back to back.
Now it's time for the Parade of Champions. And hello from Athens, Georgia, where it is currently 38 degrees. Feels like a balmy 28 degrees right now. We are here for the championship parade and the national championship celebration. I'm Christine Spiro.
And I'm Russ Spencer. So great to be with you again.
I know.
We did this in this very same place
This time last year. It was fun.
We carpooled again this year, told the same silly jokes because we're hoping if we don't jinx it, we might be back in the same place next year.
That
Why
would
not?
be fun, wouldn't it? What an exciting day to be here in Athens to see the national champion Georgia Bulldogs, back-to-back national champions, hoisting that trophy again today.
It is really so exciting. So much to celebrate. Not only the national championship, but a goodbye to Stetson Bennett, who many regard as the best player in the history of Georgia football.
That makes me emotional.
No question about it. No question about it. And Kirby Smart said this season was special for so many reasons, but partly because it was unblemished. I mean, he was at Alabama for 4 seasons. They only had one undefeated season there. 15-0 they went this year. Just a perfect season. Something
that's really, really hard to do, especially in the Southeastern Conference, going 15-0. They haven't lost a game since the SEC championship in 2021. Think about that.
When they lost to Alabama and then came back, obviously, and won the national championship. Lots of fans here already today, of course, going to fill up Sanford Stadium. The tickets were free tickets, but they sold out on Thursday. I had a chance, Christine, just a moment ago to speak to Mark Irwin of Buford, 35 years old, here with his son, Mark Jr., who's 7. They came last year. So Mark, who's 7 years old, has seen 2 national championships. His daddy didn't see one for his whole adult life until last year.
Absolutely. If you think about that, even like students here, when I was a student here, we didn't win any championships, but you got, freshmen and sophomores having that experience, right, of having a national champion winning team. So, yeah, it's an exciting time to be a Georgia Bulldog fan. Sanford Stadium is right behind us over our shoulder. That's where the crowd is starting to make their way already, filling up Sanford Drive and waiting for the gates to open. That parade route, I'm sure, is also getting crowded as well.
Absolutely. Butts-Mehre Stadium is where it's going to begin, then come down Lumpkin to the Tate Center, to take a right at Baxter, the walk there for the Dawg Walk around 1 o'clock this afternoon, and we're going to have it all covered for you. We have Lindsey Tuman on the ground, Cody Chaffins, Justin Felder, and Paul Milliken at various spots along the route, so we're going to have it all covered for you, and, of course, be talking to the fans as well.
Yeah, they're doing some construction here along Sanford Drive in Athens, over near the Tate Center. So, yeah, where the traditional Dawg Walk is, where the team walks in to gate 1 of the stadium, that won't be the traditional place where that Dawg Walk will take place. Again, as Russ said, along Baxter is where we will see the team walk and be flanked by the crowd and the Red Coat Band playing Glory, Glory, and giving everybody high fives as they make their way to Sanford Stadium.
Soaking it all in. It's interesting. Kirby Smart, he's taking it in. He's loving it. But he's already thinking about next year. I mean, in the press conference the day after the national championship, he was saying next year's going to be tougher. They're going to feel entitled because a lot of these players are coming back. Last year, they lost a lot of very fine players to the NFL, and certainly some are going to go to the NFL this year, but not quite as many. They're going to be stacked next year, and he's trying to think of ways to make them hungry.
Yeah, and you think about it, a lot of folks thought, a lot of the pundits and the talking heads thought with 15 players going to the draft, we weren't going to be as good this year. And, I think that was a realistic expectation to not make it to the national championship again, right? Because it's already pretty hard to do. But I don't know. For me, it was watching the first game of the season when Georgia played the University of Oregon over at Mercedes-Benz. And I thought, if this is what our team looks like, there's nobody that's going to beat us this year.
Right, and they had to come back from Missouri, and of course they came back against Ohio State in the Peach Bowl. But it's interesting to hear Kirby Smart say, look, you don't have to lose to learn.
Yeah.
You can just keep winning, and that's what this team did. He said they had the eye of the tiger. Perhaps last year's team was more talented, but there was something special in his estimation about the attitude of these guys, and they certainly listened to him and came out. He said, we are not going to be hunted in this national championship. We are going to be the hunters, and
right.
I guess what was it, 68-7, something like that?
65-7.
65-7, yeah.
Do you think we were hunting in that game?
They did some hunting.
You're looking at some of the highlights from the big national championship game there at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, where the weather was horrible, but man, the W made up for it, seeing the national championship game. I mean, the Dogs just came out punching in that game. TCU really didn't have a chance from the beginning.
No, they scored every time they touched the ball in the first half. It was 38-7 after the first half, and not really that close. Stetson Bennett, responsible for 6 touchdowns, 2 of them running, and he made the point he could have, you and I could have walked a couple of those in. The blocking was so fantastic.
Yeah.
One play I remember in particular where he seemed to see that there was a blitz coming, and he went back. That blitzer came in, and
he just did a little 360 there.
Spun around, and they're both tremendously fast, but he made, I think it was 10 yards on his feet
Got the first
to
down.
get the first down. And it was just one of many, many plays that they converted on third down to just, keep TCU out of it.
Might be small, but he is certainly athletic. As we've been telling you, we've got crews along the parade route over at the Buttsmere where the parade is going to be beginning, and you can see some of the folks lining up. You know they used flatbeds last year, right, to get all the players into groups on each vehicle to make their way down to Lumpkin Street, and that's probably what we're going to be seeing here again today.
Yeah, no question about it. And again, we've got the sports team on Lumpkin. I'm a fan. I have 4 kids who went to UGA, but I'm going to confess, I do not recognize all the players with their helmets off and without their numbers on, right? But Cody and Justin, they're know who everybody is.
Yep.
So we're going to have it all covered for you. Lindsey Tuman is also there at Buttsmere at the beginning of where the parade will launch off here in, about 20 minutes or so. Lindsey, what's the scene where you are?
It's pretty unbelievable. We're starting to watch things kind of get underway. We just saw the roads get closed down, which actually everybody was really excited about. Bringing out those barriers, that way they know they can get right up front, see the action. This is where things are going to start in, just about 21 minutes or so. What's been unbelievable is the dedication of the crowd out here as many as 5 hours before showtime. But some of these fans have been looking forward to this moment so long. I actually caught up with this family a little bit earlier. We've got Nylan and Andre and Kennedy, and you guys were telling me you are so excited about the parade, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
And why are you so excited today?
Because I came to Georgia Bulldog parade.
Yeah? How long have you been a Georgia fan?
All my life.
Yeah?
Yes.
So is this your second parade you've gone to, or did you come last year?
First one? No, I did come last year.
And what's it like to share this experience with your family?
Excellent. Can't do it no better than this.
Got the kids out here, and Kennedy, tell me, what are you most excited to see with the parade today?
A lot of new people.
Yeah? Maybe some of the players?
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be an unbelievable experience, one that we're so excited to see shared with so many families. I've been a little bit jealous of some of the younger fans who tell me this is their second parade. And just like Christine was saying, when I was a Georgia student, we didn't have any parades, but we held out hope, and now here we are with back-to-back years. And I'm thinking this year, hey, maybe next year too. We'll cross our fingers, but enjoy this parade for now, one that's going to get started in 21 minutes. So we're certainly looking forward to that. And we've got our coverage all the way down the line. I see only red and black, so I know that's what everybody else is looking at right now too.
Lindsey, I'm curious because you were on the parade route last year. The crowd looks bigger to me than it did last year. Give me your perspective. Is that kind of what you're seeing as well?
You know, Christine, at first I was thinking folks got out here maybe a little bit earlier last year, but then more and more people have started to fill in, and now it's hard to find a spot on the sidewalk. So I do think that we're going to be pretty tightly knit in here by the time the parade actually gets underway. I think folks, and I actually did talk to a lot of folks who say they didn't make it out last year. They wanted to for sure be here this year. So yeah, I think maybe we are seeing a bit more of a crowd for the back-to-back Champions Parade.
Yeah, that's really interesting, and it speaks to the dedication of Dogs fans, because fewer are going to be able to fit into Sanford Stadium because of the construction you were talking about. I think it's more like 50,000 as opposed to more than 90,000 last year. They're going to have the stage pointed north, not toward the open part of the stadium. And, of course, our DJ Shockley, once again, will be emceeing all the events beginning at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, that'll be really cool for him. I know he was really excited about being a part of it again. Lindsay, thanks so much for showing what's happening on the ground on the parade route, as some of the players here are now starting to load on some of these flatbeds. How many? There's, 100 staff and players. You got a lot of people you're going to have to load up on several of those flatbeds.
I thought they were punking us, actually, when they arrived in Los Angeles. The airplane landed at LAX, and they started to get off the plane, and they kept coming. And I thought somebody was going around behind the plane, going up just to play a joke on us. And it really speaks to the fact of Kirby Smart's responsibility. When you think about all the kids' lives he and the rest of the staff have in their hands,
sure,
that's a lot. I mean, when you send your 18-year-old son off to play football for Kirby Smart, you're trusting that he's going to know his name, care about what's going on, and it's an enormous responsibility when there are that many students.
Absolutely. A big responsibility for sure. Our Cody Chaffins is also along the parade route a little further down. I think you're by the Georgia Education Center there, Cody. And what's the parade route looking there? Because it looks pretty crowded behind you as well.
It is jam-packed. It feels like a game day, Christine and Russ here. Just waiting for a noon kickoff, right? But no, we're just waiting on the parade to start, as you said, between the Georgia Center and Myers Hall here along Lumpkin Street. And you can look, folks are treating it like a normal tailgate. If you look down the way, I've seen people on a couch. They've just brought the living room couch out here, so they'll have a front row seat. We got other folks that have had the bar open for a few hours now, as they are in Tent City. And of course, We Are the Champions played over the speakers quite a few times this morning. You can say hello to some of the people. You're live on Fox 5. Let's do an interview. Haley, come on down here. Haley, tell me these folks you're with.
These are some of my favorite friends and dog fans, family, friends. This is just so fun, right?
Right. There's no game today. Why'd you guys get up early and brave the cold to be out here?
Because we are proud members of the Dog Nation, sure. That's why. That's why we're all here in this fun.
You think back to this season. It was so magical last year. Another magical season. What's your favorite moment?
I'd have to say the victory over Ohio State at midnight. It's pretty hard to beat.
That was so much fun. So many perfect moments in that, especially it ends with the kick that falls short at midnight. All right, Haley, tell us your other secret. Your former job on campus.
I may or may not have cheered for the Dogs way back when.
Way back. So you didn't get to cheer for a national championship. How jealous are you of the current members of the cheerleading squad?
I mean, I'm pretty jealous, but to have the opportunity was still pretty awesome. So, yes.
Thank you, Haley. All right, Haley, a former cheerleader. We're going to take a note. Can you guys help me out real quick? Let's get it started. Georgia Bulldogs! Georgia Bulldogs! Georgia Bulldogs! Georgia Bulldogs! Go Dogs! Sick 'em! All right, dogs have been called. Russ and Christine, let's get this parade started. Back to you.
Yeah, you go, Cody.
Getting them fired up, man of many talents. I was talking about the airplane in LAX, and Cody was there. Cody, you know all these guys. Now obviously that the COVID era has more or less passed. You're getting a chance to get to know the players better, and are going to be able to narrate very nicely for us because you know who all of them are.
And we've gotten to know so many, even through high school. A lot of these guys are our high five guys. You talk guys Tate Ratledge, starting offensive lineman, committed to Georgia, live on Fox 5. Smile Munden, starting linebacker, committed to Georgia, live on Fox 5. Malachi Starks, starting safety, committed to Georgia, live on Fox 5. We've known these guys before they got to Athens, and there'll be another crew today, guys that we've watched play in high school who are going to be a part of this parade, even though they're early enrollees. So it's certainly a lot of fun. It's certainly so much fun to get to know these stories and the families behind some of these players as well.
And I have a question for you, Cody. How likely are we going to see a Andrew Smart sighting? Will he have a whiteboard in hand, and will he be hyping up the crowd, do you think?
He will be hyping up the crowd. I'm curious to know if he'll sit in the family car or he's going to be with the players, because he kind of feels like more of a player, and I guarantee you there will be folks out here who know his face and name, and they may not know some of the players because he's become that much of a celebrity. Andrew Smart, Kirby Smart's youngest son, because he loves football, he loves this team, and he loves UGA. This is all he known. And like so many of these young fans, they just know championships, and that does make us jealous.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Right. Well, I know we have the sound, and we'll show it later, of Kirby talking about Andrew, who's 10 years old, at his office after the whole thing, crying. He's like, "Why are you crying?" "Because Stetson's leaving."
Oh, that was so adorable.
Come on, man. He's 25 years old. He's got to go. He's got to go. Well, good for him.
Oh, good stuff. Thank you, Cody. Good stuff on the ground there, calling the Dogs. Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks to, as Cody was talking about, getting to know the players and their families and knowing them through High Five Sports. It speaks to how critical the recruiting has been here in the state of Georgia, and Kirby making sure the best of the best in Georgia come to the University of Georgia to play.
Yeah, no question. And he made the point in the news conference the day after the national championship that it's a point of pride to him that this team, he says, has the highest GPA of any football team at UGA in 15 years. So there's just a discipline that sort of encompasses the entire effort that they're making. And he makes the point, don't worry about the championship. You worry about what you're doing today.
Yep,
you do
absolutely.
your job today, trust in the process, and the wins will come, and they certainly have.
And there are 8 graduating seniors on the team this year, so congrats to those seniors getting your degree here at the university. Very proud of you.
Yeah, Kirby is 81-10 in the last 7 years. He's got the fastest pace to get to 100 wins of any Division I, major college football program, faster than Nick Saban. And Nick Saban's done pretty well for himself.
Better than Nick Saban?
Yeah,
I'll take it.
We got an Alabama guy behind the camera. I needed to throw him something.
We are going to go to a quick break. Don't go away. Keep it here on Fox 5 for our continuing coverage of the parade and national championship celebration. We'll be back after this.
The news moves fast, and so do you. So take the news with you. You can scan the code right here to download the Fox 5 News app now. Inside the app, hit the Watch Live button to stream Fox 5 News wherever you are. Get alerts for the biggest stories and the latest news headlines, weather coverage, sports breakdowns, even I-Team investigations. So what are you waiting for? Scan the code now and take the news with you. Download the Fox 5 News app now.
Get the power of the Fox 5 Storm Team in the palm of your hand. Scan the code right here to download the Fox 5 Storm Team app. Inside the app, you'll find everything you need to plan your day and keep your family safe. Set your location to get instant notifications for weather near you and even get life-saving alerts when severe weather threatens. From your hourly forecast to a full 10-day breakdown, it is all at your fingertips. Scan the code now and take the Fox 5 Storm Team with you.
right, a live look at the Butts-Mehre building as the Georgia Bulldogs assemble for their celebration parade. The second in 2 years. Can you believe we're doing this again?
Gosh, oh, man. How
great.
Exciting. We're so excited to be here covering it all for you. So we encourage you to keep it here on Fox 5 as we cover each part of the celebration and parade route. But, yeah, we saw some of the folks getting ready to load up on some of those flatbeds and into some of those vehicles here to get that parade started here in a little bit. But, again, 15-0 this season, something that is very, very hard to do.
Yeah, as Kirby Smart said, it was an unblemished season, and that adds a lot to this whole celebration in his estimation. And just think of this. His attention to detail. If he had not called timeout before that fake punt by Ohio State, we would not be sitting here this afternoon.
You're absolutely right. Yeah,
they had it. That would have been the first down. They could have kept going. And
the clock would have ran out of time.
Exactly.
You know?
So Fox 5's Buck Lanford is taking a look back at this spectacular, perfect season.
The defending national champion Georgia Bulldogs began their season at their home away from home, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And the third-ranked Dogs made quite an opening statement in the Chick-fil-A kickoff game, demolishing 11th-ranked Oregon 49-3. The now second-ranked Bulldogs took care of business in their home opener against Samford at Sanford Stadium. A 33-0 win set them up for their SEC opener the following week. And the Gamecocks of South Carolina left Athens on the wrong end of a 48-7 domination, and the Bulldogs were 3-0 and ranked number 1 in the country. After giving up a total of 10 points in their first 3 games, the Golden Flashes of Kent State hung 22 on the Dogs, and despite the 39-22 win, they dropped a spot to number 2. And the following week on the road against Missouri, they were in unfamiliar territory, down 10 points late, but a pair of fourth-quarter touchdowns gave them a 26-22 win, and the Dogs' record remained unblemished. From there, they seemed to get their groove back, dominating SEC rivals Auburn, Vanderbilt, and Florida, and Georgia was number 1 again, but not according to the first college football playoff poll that ranked Tennessee number 1 and the Dogs 3rd. Georgia responded by beating the Vols 27-13 and moving to number 1 in the college football playoff poll, where they've been ever since, finishing the regular season with wins over Mississippi State, Kentucky, and Georgia Tech. Next stop, familiar territory, back at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where they beat LSU 50-30 to win the SEC championship, the same building where they beat Ohio State in a 42-41 New Year's Eve thriller in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
And Georgia is going to survive.
And the Dogs saved their best for last.
Early impacts in Georgia's opening possession.
In Southern California, on college football's biggest stage, the top-ranked Bulldogs made a statement, capping their perfect season by playing a practically perfect football game. The Dogs' defense shut down the high-powered TCU offense, forcing 3 turnovers, including a pair of Javon Bullard interceptions of Heisman Trophy runner-up quarterback Max Duggan. And the Dogs' offense scored on their first 6 possessions and never let up, hanging a record 65 points on the Horned Frogs. With 6 touchdowns, 4 by air and 2 by land, senior quarterback Stetson Bennett played the game of his life, punctuating his stellar college career and his legacy in the annals of UGA football lore.
Bennett keep it all the way and just sauntering into the end zone. His second rushing touchdown.
65-7 the final score, and in the rain in Southern California, it's the Dogs that reign over the college football world once again.
Technically, I guess.
Oh, what a fun. Thank you, Buck. That was a great year in review there for us. And a lot of people watching that TCU national championship game thought, well, no, we're kind of feeling sorry for them.
Oh, it was humiliating.
They're getting beating up. I didn't feel sorry for them. I was enjoying it after, how crazy the Ohio State game was the week before.
Okay, well, I'll take the other side.
You'll take the other side?
You're in L.A. I was watching it on TV. I felt like they needed to call the mercy rule. It was a perfect game for UGA, no question about it. A humiliating game for TCU. I think they probably wish they had lost the semifinal and gone home and had to live with a fantastic season and not the memory of losing 65-8. One of the things I loved about this game in the aftermath was that every time a microphone was put in Kirby Smart's face, he said, "You know what? This Stetson Bennett guy, he needs to play in the NFL." So
absolutely.
it'll be interesting to see what happens. But certainly he has been very generous in making it clear that this guy's a winner. And if you're not paying attention to him as someone for your professional football team, you're making a mistake.
Yeah, I'm not sure he has anything else to prove, Stetson Bennett. He's 28-3 as a starter. He's a back-to-back national champion. He's won the player of the game for the semifinal and national championship last year and this year.
Yep.
I'm not sure there's anybody quarterback that has done that. So, yeah, I think he certainly has proven himself and could potentially, yes, play at the next level. We were showing you some shots over at the Butts-Mehre building where the parade will begin. We're starting to see more people load up on some of the vehicles here as they're about to make their way among thousands along in the crowd along Lumpkin Street. I think people cannot wait for this to start.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic from beginning to end. But the most fun, obviously, is the Dawg Walk when they get off the vehicles and make their way into Sanford Stadium. And Fox 5's Paul Milliken is there prepared for all that fun. Paul?
Yeah, good morning. Wait a minute, guys. Is it just me, or are you feeling deja vu? I feel like Russ, Christine, we've done this before.
Exactly.
I feel like I've been in this spot.
It's like Groundhog
I feel like
Day.
I've chatted with you on a Saturday, kind of excited. Now, I'm a little jealous because I heard Cody Chafin's being a cheerleader. He sounded great. The crowd sounded great. I feel like here at the end of the parade, we can do better. Bulldogs, how you feeling? How you feeling? Yes, let me hear it. Let me hear it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it means to be a Georgia Bulldog here at the Parade of Champions. And let me tell you, we are at such a good spot. So this is Baxter Street. You see the big stairs are set up. This is where the players are going to get off of the buses and the tractor trailers, and they're going to walk in, and you're going to be the first to see them. We are here. This is such a great spot. Now, first of all, I have to say, everybody in this corner, thank you for putting up with us and saying you're allowed to be here with us. We sort of barged our way in, and they got here, wait, how many hours ago?
3 hours ago.
3 hours ago, so good for you for getting that spot. You said before you learned your lesson last year, right?
Yes, definitely.
What happened last year?
We got blocked out at the last minute by a very tall man with a kid on top.
I have been there many times. I get it. I'm always behind the tall person. So this year you are here. Why did you want to be back at the parade this year?
Hey, we're dog fans, true and true.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, now you've been here for a while too, my friend over here. Okay, so tell me your name.
Donna.
It's nice to meet you, Donna. Why did you have to be here today?
I had to be here to cheer on the dogs.
Absolutely. Let's hear it. We got to cheer on the dogs. And speaking of dogs, we've got some UGAers over here. So first of all, tell me your name.
Maddie.
Nice to meet you, Maddie. And what year are you?
I'm a fourth-year PhD candidate.
Wonderful. Good for you. So tell me about this season. This was a perfect season for the Bulldogs.
Perfect.
To be going to UGA during this season, what has it been like?
I mean, to be here for grad school, to be able to come back, I'm from Atlanta, it's just incredible. And that insane bowl game, just New Year's Eve, bringing it in the right way, was just amazing.
Okay, well, let's go back in time to that bowl game. It was a pretty spectacular moment. Where were you watching? What were you feeling? What was going on? Tell me everything.
I was watching it on a random girl's phone, leaned up against a bar.
That's the best answer we've heard. We can now end the parade. That's what we wanted to hear. We were watching on a random girl's phone at the bar, and then when the game was over, I mean, what was happening?
I was jumping up and down, but I was in another city, so no one else really was, so I was kind of just going insane by myself.
I love it. You were repping Georgia.
Yeah.
Good for you. Okay, you also go to UGA,
Yes,
right?
yes, I do. I'm currently getting my master's to teach high school math.
Excellent. Good for you. Okay, so same question. Being a Bulldog right now at this moment in history.
My whole family's from Athens. I grew up going to games before I can even remember. So, like, back-to-back is just insane. I can't even put it into words.
Yeah, how do we feel about that? Back-to-back. Unprecedented to be here again. You also are a current student.
Yes,
right?
I am.
Okay, where are you in school?
I'm a second year.
Wonderful, second year. So what has this year been like for you so far?
Oh, it's been awesome. It's so fun, yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, tell me what it means to you to be a Bulldog. What does it mean to be a Georgia Bulldog?
Just rep it through and through. You're always cheering on the dogs.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like everybody else agrees. And why did you want to be here today at this point?
Oh, I had to be here. Had to watch it. I had to.
Yeah, no question. All right, so everybody, how you feeling? Are you glad to be That's what we are talking about. Folks who have been here for hours. And wait. I don't want to leave our friends out over there. Hi, guys. Oh, I feel like there's an ocean between us, but thank you for repping over there. It's so good to see you guys, too. I love seeing all the kids. We've got some young cheerleaders over here looking so good. There's a young man in a football helmet up there on his dad's shoulders. Amazing to see the families here. So many multiple generations of Bulldogs that are here represented today, excited for the parade. And again, we are at the prime location. I am so excited to see them all right here before the Dawg Walk begins, and we'll bring you along. You'll see it with us.
You know, Paul, it's too bad that you're not a people person. I think you need to work on that a little bit.
We will be checking back.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Listen. No offense, but we got a Stetson Bennett sighting, so we're going to have to cut away and go over to the Buttsmeer building to see the star quarterback loading up onto the vehicle. Do you think everybody is wanting to get a sighting of our back-to-back national champion quarterback?
He's the most popular guy in the state. He should run for office. There's no two ways about it. and we were talking on our way here as we carpooled together, as we did last year, and as we hope to do next year, about the fact that there were some folks in Athens who went through a fried chicken drive-thru, and there was Stetson Bennett delivering the fried chicken.
That's right. He was over at Raising Cane's working the drive-thru, and how tickled would you have been driving through and getting your food order from Stetson Bennett?
Yes, I would have been tickled. Probably not as much as some of the co-eds. How about that co-ed who has been here 2 years? She's a second-year student. They won the national championship both times. They better take care of her. She's the lucky charm.
I'm so jealous. So jealous. But yes, you're looking live at the Buttsmeer building where Stetson Bennett and some of his teammates starting to load up on their vehicles. Stetson getting his own ride this year. Not surprised about that.
He should.
But other players you'll see will be riding along different flatbeds and other vehicles as they make their way down Lumpkin Street. We've got our Justin Felder along the parade route as well.
Justin, what do you have for us?
All right, you were just seeing the start of the parade. How about the very end of the parade? Super Blaine, can we zoom out? You said Paul's a people person. We got some people here. This is the end of the Dawg Walk, and I'm not hearing anything. How's everybody here doing? This is the tail end of the Dawg Walk where they're going to make their way into Sanford Stadium. We've had some fans out here since early in the morning, and that includes my friends who've let me get all up in their personal space for the last hour and a half or so. This is the Massey family from Woodstock. Make sure you can see Super Blaine over there, and he can see you. We got Kim and Brian right here. Tell me how early you got here and what made you wake up so early.
Oh, my husband. He's a dog fanatic, and we got here about, 8:30 this morning. And we've been here. Go Dogs!
And what's it, Brian? What's it like? You got the whole family up. You got your whole family here experiencing this.
It's amazing. You live through so many down years, and to know that we could experience this as a family back to back, if you can get up early, that's the least sacrifice you can make. Love it.
As we take a look at the end of the Dawg Walk here, Brian, we kind of had a cute moment I saw earlier, and you kind of had a similarity with Kirby Smart. Did you hear about this? He told his son, who was upset about Stetson leaving, he said, yes, Stetson's got to go to the NFL now. His son was upset. You just had to break that news to one of your daughters, too.
Yes, Lily. Lily didn't know that he was leaving, but she gets to watch his last Dawg Walk. It's a very special moment.
Lily, can I ask you a question? Make sure you can see the gentleman over there. What do you think of Stetson Bennett?
He's an awesome football player. He's my favorite player. Go Dogs!
And what's it like hanging out with your family here and all your new best friends all wearing red and black?
It's amazing.
Amazing. Very well put. We got the Massey family from Woodstock. We got my friends from Athens letting me hang out up close and personal with them. I'll tell you what, Super Blaine, if we can get a wide shot, Brian, would you be so kind as to lead the crowd in a little cheer here? Let's hear it.
What's that coming down the track?
What's that coming down the track?
I mean machine in red and black.
I mean machine in red and black.
Russ and Christine, you hear it here. We're going to send it back to you. We'll be here at the end of the parade.
They sound really good.
Great stuff. Great stuff. I mean, it does have that deja vu feeling, doesn't it?
We have been here before, and it's a good feeling to have. And as that gentleman from Woodstock said, yeah, we've had a lot of down years, right?
Oh,
a lot of years where we weren't in contention to win the SEC. We weren't in contention to be on the national championship stage.
Or we were and we didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and here we are going back to back.
Well, I asked Mark Irwin, who I mentioned earlier, who was here with his 7-year-old son, who's now seen 2 national championships. Dad's 35, spent his whole life waiting for this. I mean, that was a pretty long drought. We were still talking about Vince Dooley and Buck Bellew and, of course, Herschel Walker, and they're still in the pantheon of Georgia greats.
That's right.
It's nice to be writing a new chapter.
Yeah, and shout out really too to Coach Mark Richt, who really started us on that trail to be on the big stage to play for the big championships, right? So we stand on the shoulders of some folks who came before us. I would think Kirby would say get us to this spot and to get us in national championship contention year after year. He's talked about this. This is not a one-hit wonder he's trying to build here, right?
Yeah, right.
This is a trend he wants to be on year after year. So I think the fans, sure enough, are enjoying it. And, folks talk about their kids being sad and crying about Stetson Bennett leaving. Grown adults are going to be crying about it as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be emotional to know that we saw his final game, at SoFi Stadium as a national champion.
Yeah, timing is everything. The new athletic director who took over for Greg McGarity came in January of 2021 and has won 2 national championships.
Yeah.
His comment was, better to be lucky than good. It's good to be both, right?
John Brooks, who was on the field, too, after the national championship game, and everybody just hugging and cheering each other on there at SoFi. It really was a special moment to be in the midst of that when it was all happening. You're looking at the parade route. We're starting to see some of the cars moving, making their way towards Lumpkin Street from the Buttsmere building. What an exciting time.
It is. They'll take a right onto Lumpkin, go down Lumpkin very slowly so the fans who've been gathered there for a couple of hours can take it all in and wave. And then once they get down to the Tate Student Center and then the Baxter Walk, they'll get out, as we've discussed, where Justin and Paul are. So it'll be about a 45-minute, hour-long celebration, and very much deserved. We have so much to celebrate. This perfect 15-0 season and a second national championship.
Let's go to our Lindsey Tuman, who's right there at the beginning of the parade route. We saw Stetson Bennett get in the convertible. Lindsey, what are you hearing and seeing from the crowd?
We got Kirby right here giving us a big wave, and you can hear the cheers absolutely going nuts for Coach Kirby Smart. Everybody is just thrilled to see him kick things off here, and of course right behind we've got Harry Dogs. I actually see people wiping away tears. They are so excited, and I know it's hard to hear anything over the horns, the excitement, the cheering. It is absolutely infectious over here as we see the parade get started. You mentioned people being here for hours, lined up to see exactly this. They are thrilled to see this moment. I've been talking to some of these fans who are just overwhelmed. I know it's a little tough to hear, but I want to show you some of the youngest fans that we've talked to out here. I'm out here with Marshall and Thomas, and we were talking. You guys were calling the Dogs. How excited are you to be here?
Super good. Super excited. Speak up, Anthony.
Super good.
Say
Super
real
good.
loud.
And tell me, how do you call the dog? How exciting is it to share this with your
It's so much. It's a blessing from the Lord to share it with my children.
So much excitement out here from so many people, and you can see the parade just getting started down here on Lumpkin Street. There is certainly a lot to see, and I know so much excitement. He's cheering, the fans, overwhelming for the players as well, taking it all in.
So good.
That's really fun.
Oh, So great. Yeah, so Kirby Smart, his wife Mary Beth, the first vehicle to lead off the parade and along the parade route. And then you're starting to see some of the players on the flatbeds. They got the hay bales lined up on that flatbed so they can sit or stand. They've got their cell phones up. They're enjoying it just as much as the crowd is.
Oh, absolutely. It's interesting. You know, Kirby said the day after the national championship, perhaps easy to say at that point, that he doesn't want his career to be defined by championships. He wants it to be defined by the good work that they do, and if the championships come, well, they come. Well, fantastic. He's well aware, as he was saying that, what you were mentioning, guys like Mark Richt, coaches through the years, fantastic coaches and players who haven't had a chance to have this fantastic experience.
Yeah, you see it says national champions on the sign there, the back-to-back logo, the new logo that they made as soon as the Dogs won the national championship. That logo got pushed out on social media where it says 2023 back-to-back champions. Just a fantastic time, and hearing the energy of the crowd cheering everybody on. Stetson Bennett right there in the BMW convertible. I'm sure he'll start waving to the crowd here once the parade route gets good and moving. But one of the many faces people are here to see as he's looking up and soaking it all in.
Yep, he's representing Blackshear, his hometown, where the folks just love him so much, and he loves them right back. You know, it's interesting. Some people have suggested, Mark Bradley in the AJC, he said perhaps it's hyperbole, perhaps not. He thinks that the Stetson Bennett story is the best sports story in the history of sports. Period. End of story. Any sport. When you consider, you know, the fact that he was a walk-on, that the coaches didn't want him, and even when he got the starting job, a lot of fans didn't think that he was going to be able to get it done, and boy, did he.
He was on the scout team for the 2017 Rose Bowl. He played the quarterback for Oklahoma on the scout team.
Right.
But that's what caught the attention of some of the other players. They said, you know what? This guy is really smart, and he's really good. He transferred to Jones County Junior College in Ellisville, Mississippi, after walking on Georgia. Then transferred back to UGA, and now he's 29-3 as a starter. He broke the UGA single-season passing record.
Right.
I mean,
more than 4,000 yards.
Consider
exactly.
all the quarterbacks who came before him. Matt Stafford, Aaron Murray, David Green.
Aaron Murray, by the way, says that he thinks that Stetson Bennett is the best football player in Georgia history.
Wow.
So,
And a lot of people really share that sentiment, right? Yeah, that's huge words coming from a star quarterback himself. But yeah, you hear the crowd along the parade route there along Lumpkin Street. You can tell everybody's excited to be here. And it surprises me kind of, because I did kind of wonder as we were driving here, are people going to be as enthusiastic to be here for the parade since they already did it last year? But you got some people who are attending who didn't get to come last year, who are making it a point to be here this year.
Right. COVID is less of an issue than it was this time last year, but I agree with you. When I stepped out into the driveway this morning and it was 34 degrees and a 25-mile-an-hour wind, I'm thinking, if this weren't my job, would I be doing this? I'm thrilled to be here, thrilled to be in your presence, and the day has actually, in the sunshine, has turned out to be fantastic.
Yeah, we're seeing some more of the players sitting on the backs of some of these convertibles as they are making their way. This is the beginning of the parade route right here at Lumpkin Street, where the Buttsmere building is. Lindsay, you're standing by right there. Tell us what's going on.
You know, it's just absolutely infectious out here. We can hear a little bit better now that the truck horns have stopped, and now you can see the players really taking it in, and that's part of what makes this so special too. They're out here looking at all the fans, waving at them, taking photos, even some fans lucky enough to be walking up and getting an autograph. I'm not sure they're supposed to be doing that, but you know, they're just using the opportunities that they can out here while things are going a little bit slow. And now we're hearing a Go Dogs chant. There you go. I have a feeling it's just going to be waves of these cheers. Folks, of course, taking in these great moments. And I really do have to say, it's so exciting for the players. Take a look how excited they are, getting the crowd pumped up. They're taking it in, of course, from the convertibles. They're wearing their jackets bundled up. They're not worried about the chilly winds at all out here. And I think they're just so pumped to see these crowds that are really thick. I mean, we're talking about 4 or 5 rows deep of people lined up. And I heard a lot of folks saying their plan is to follow the parade route down. They want to see the whole thing start to finish and then watch the dog walk as well. But it is absolutely amazing energy out here. Hearing so many folks call the dogs and call out to their favorite players and just soak in this moment. These back-to-back national champs, they are so excited to see them. And hey, we're excited to see them out here too. And I have to say, you know, I covered the parade last year. I also covered the Braves parade in Atlanta. And this parade is going very slow. We're talking only a couple miles an hour, so they're really taking in every moment and really soaking in all of this fan interaction too, which is super great to see, guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Lindsay. We'll be checking back with you, of course. A couple of the players that passed by might be in position to take Stetson Bennett's job. Well, it's no longer his job. He done won it, but he enjoyed it. He's done. But Carson Beck and Gunnar Stockton, 2 of the 3 potential quarterbacks next year. And
you got Brock Vandegrift.
Exactly.
You know, so it'll be interesting to watch the spring season and the spring game to see who's going to potentially earn that spot.
Exactly, and if past his prologue, Kirby Smart makes sure that whoever it is earning it all the time.
Yeah, and Kirby talked about at the quarterback position, this idea. A lot of times in the past, our quarterbacks have been game managers, right? You just hand the ball to the running back and let them run the ball up the middle, right? But our offense has definitely evolved where the passing game is just as critical when you have people like Brock Bowers and Big O to throw to, right? Or Ladd McConkey.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how, if he's going to want a quarterback that's going to be able to use his legs as well. Is he going to want a game manager?
We've been spoiled with Stetson Bennett's legs, no question about it. And the end of that TCU game, Branson Robinson, the freshman running back, well, he was running all over TCU. So that's a nice prospect for next year as well.
One of our colleagues said he looked like a mini Nick Chubb, which is a good thing.
That's quite a compliment. He's working out fine in the NFL, isn't he?
He sure is. You're seeing some of the folks on the ground. On the right is the parade route that has just begun there at Lumpkin Street near the Buttsmere building. On the left there, you're seeing the huge crowd over at the Tate Student Center.
Yeah. Lindsay made the point when the Atlanta Braves went through downtown after their championship, it was like 15, 20, 25 miles an hour. Thanks for coming. In this particular case, they're getting a chance to really savor their favorite players.
Yeah, and Russ and I are perched right next to Sanford Stadium, where we're seeing some crowds around us making their way because the parade route will eventually end here at Sanford Stadium for the national championship celebration that will be happening inside the stadium, where about 50,000 folks will be able to watch. And our DJ Shockley is going to be in there emceeing that part of the celebration.
Yeah, we're so proud of him. I mean, they love him on the team. He provides radio coverage. He's in the locker room, knows all the guys, gets to listen to Kirby Smart's pregame speeches. You can Google that, but don't do it at work.
Yes, right.
He's enthusiastic. Look, whatever he's doing, man, it's working. 15-0 this year, 1 loss last year, and came back and won the national championship, avenging that loss to Alabama. It's just really extraordinary that we're now talking about Georgia in the same terms that they, not that long ago, were talking about Nick Saban in Alabama.
Yeah,
am I right?
A lot of people feel like Georgia has surpassed Alabama in the sense that Georgia is now setting the standard. They're now the kind of the kings of college football and who people want to aspire their programs to. So that's definitely huge. And as we're looking live, we're seeing the players getting the crowd hyped up as well. Some of them waving to the crowd. Some of them on their cell phones taking pictures. This is a memorable experience for them as well. This is something that they're not going to ever forget. And, we've heard Kirby in the locker room say as well, nobody can ever take what you've accomplished away from you or diminish this.
No, it really is an extraordinary thing. And we've made the point. Some fine players in the history of UGA did not get a chance to have this experience of winning the national championship. A lot has to go right. I mean, you have to trust the process, but things have to fall into place, too. I mean, that Missouri game, that was a nail-biter. There's no question about it. And Ohio State, too. And yet, all year, they found a way to come back. Now,
look at that. We're seeing some kids give a stuffed animal, a toy.
That's really nice.
To some of the players. Oh, that's so sweet.
And I see a bulldog in the back. Is that can't be Uga, can it?
My guess it's that it's not.
I would think not. Yeah.
But yeah, just really cool to see just the memories that people are making here along the parade route. It's just such a special time to be in Athens, a special time to be a Georgia Bulldog, and it's nice to be celebrating something good that's happening all around us.
Well, look at all the blue sky. I mean, really not a cloud in the sky. All the enthusiasm from these players. They know just how fortunate they are to be part of a program and to have coaches and staff who care about the way that they do, and have fans who are supportive enough to come out on a, let's face it, a blustery day to show them how much they love them.
Yeah, and it's a family atmosphere here. Whether you see Kirby with his wife Mary Beth and their other kids, they're on the field with them. They're in the midst of all of this. You see other staff members with their families and their kids as well, soaking all of this in. So so much enthusiasm just all around. We're hearing where Russ and I are perched, the Redcoat band starting to warm up their instruments and get ready as they play Glory, Glory when the team makes their way down to the Tate Student Center for the Dawg Walk. But what a time as they're hyping up the crowd and cheering them on as the crowd is cheering them back on as well.
Yeah. And some of the guys on this team, they're going to be coming back. Devon Bullard had those 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery in the
also
the TCU
defensive player
game.
of the game. Yep.
Defensive player of the game. He's coming back. You mentioned Brock Bowers. He's coming back. He could easily play in the NFL as talented as he is, but he has to come back because he's not old enough. And we were making the point as we were talking earlier in the car on the way here. You see him in his uniform with his helmet on. He looks like a 30-year-old man. He sits there at the press conference, very respectful, but he's a young person.
Yeah, these guys are 18, 19, 20 years old still, as mean and as monstrous as they play on the field. They're just kids. So
some very successful and disciplined and well-loved kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Our Cody Chaffins is a little further down on the parade route. And Cody, are you starting to see some vehicles make their way toward you yet? What are you seeing?
What's that coming down the track? A mean machine in red and black. Nothing finer in the land than these back-to-back championships celebrating Georgia fans. Yeah, Christine, Russ, we're finally starting to see everything. I was wondering when I saw the information come out, well, why'd they give them an hour just to get from the Butts-Mehre down to the stadium? I could book it, get into class in 5 minutes on that walk. Well, we understand why now. They're going like 2 miles an hour out here. So we're starting to finally see the parade. We're a stone's throw from Lindsey Tuman. It's just taken them that long to get down here. But the big question you were asking earlier, Christine, Andrew Smart, would he be on his own float like Stetson Bennett? No, he's with mom and dad today. Mary Beth has got him close by her side. But Andrew Smart, as you said, Kirby and Mary Beth's youngest son, has become a little bit of a celebrity himself as he loves to celebrate with the dogs and also hype up the crowd. There's a great shot of him hyping up the crowd during that Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. He gets super emotional and he gets into it. So there you see Andrew Smart, and you see folks coming up to him, not just dad. And what a Bulldog love story Kirby and Mary Beth are. Mary Beth is a born and bred Bulldog herself. She was a lady dog, played for Andy Landers on the women's basketball team here at Georgia, and she was working in the athletic offices in around 2005 when Kirby came back to be the running backs coach for Mark Richt, and that's how they met. And the love story started from there. They now have 3 kids, twins. Weston and Julia are high school age, and then you've got Andrew here. And you can hear them shouting for Andrew Smart. And there they are coming in the BMW. Harry Dog following not too far behind. See, they all want to see Andrew's the most popular. There he is. Yeah, Andrew Smart hyping up the crowd. Kirby said, you know, Andrew loves football so much, and he's always around, that he's got to make time for his other kids too, because he's always with. And you can see Jerry Moorhead, the president of UGA, in the passenger seat right here in front of us. There he is, Jerry Moorhead, along with Harry Dawg. And right behind them, you've got Josh Brooks, the athletic director. And Russ, as you talked about, what a time to be athletic director. Now, he didn't just inherit this. He was on the staff here at UGA before he took over. So he knew what he was getting into, and he helped build this as well. But since he's taken over as athletic director, back-to-back national championships, I know he wants to get all the other sports going as well. And check out the Mean Machine. We said it, Mean Machine in red and black. And they must have got a deal with BMW, because there are some pretty nice vehicles coming right here. Front of the next one, you've got Jonas Jennings, former Dawg, who is now on the staff. The big man in the front right there is Jim Zorn, my photographer, helping us out. Ron Corson, I also see, gray hair here. Brian McClendon. This is much of the staff, the Bulldog staff, on this float right here. Brian McClendon, former running back for Georgia, now the wide receivers coach. His dad, Willie McClendon, another Georgia legend. So Will Muschamp on this float as well. So you got a lot of the staff right here as they are passing through the coaching staff. And some of those coaching staff and athletics assistants are moving on. Everybody wants to get offered a big-time job after back-to-back national champions. So we'll see, no doubt, some of those guys get poached off. Glenn Schumann, Stacy Searles standing up on this next one. And Stacy Searles, the offensive line coach, coming back to Georgia his first year, because, again, Georgia lost a coach off of last year's coach. Scott Sinclair was in the front. You saw there Trey Scott, great recruiter, defensive line coach who you're looking at right now with his family. And these guys spend so much time away from their families. What a treat to have a day like today where they get to be with them. All right, and then you got the battery right here. Stetson Bennett, along with Cedric Van Pran, his center, makes all the calls out front. Stetson, we didn't see the day after the championship. We did see him at Raising Cane's, as you guys mentioned, afterwards, doing a little work through the drive-thru. But Cedric Van Pran and Stetson Bennett rolling through. Front seat, Christopher Smith out of Hateville Charter, another captain on this team in the passenger seat. And then we got the big F-150 right here. Let's see who is hanging out back. Oh, they got, all right. Fox 5, Nazir Stackhouse knows what's up. Another one of our in-your-face guys, a part of this crowd. Yeah, there they are. Michael Williams, number 13, huge part of this team, a true freshman, and came in and started on the defensive line at Georgia as a true freshman. Of course, had a sack, led the team with 4.5 sacks this year, but had a sack in the national championship game. And that is why Dawg fans can be so optimistic, because the future's bright with guys like Michael Williams coming back. Looking at the next float coming down, we have some more seniors, and I see Chaz Chambliss in the car behind him out of Carrollton, Georgia. Had to step up huge for the Dogs this season after Nolan Smith, the outside linebacker and leader of this team, went down. Chambliss was already playing, but just took a lot more snaps after that. And it's cool to see all the Dawg fans. I feel like last year they threw all the players just onto those flatbeds, but they're kind of down at field level here, and I'm sure Kirby Smart wanted to get his seniors, even if they're seniors that don't play a lot, get them down with the people. They get to enjoy this. This is a special time for them. And he'll tell you, too, it's everybody that earned the national championship. We only know a few names because you see them on the field. But after the national championship game, Kirby Smart gave incredible credit to his defensive scout team. TCU runs a kind of a strange 3-3-5 defense, and he said his defensive scout team had the best week he's ever had as a head coach. So it's not just the players whose names you know, it's all the players who build a national championship program and can do this back to back. You got some more players.
Hey, Cody, I got a quick question for you.
All right. right?
Hey, Cody, as you're narrating us through this, continue to do that. But I just wanted to get your perspective. You talk about some of the players coming back, the younger players. You know, they got some good playing time toward the end of the national championship game. Just talk about the future and the promise that we can maybe potentially be on this stage again with some of these younger players that got that playing time.
They did, and even younger players in the starting roles. You're looking at one here. That's Smile Munden in the silver jacket. He stepped into a starting role this year. He was one of those guys last year, Christine, who got that playing time late in games when Nakobe Dean would come out in second halves. Well, he had to step into a starting role, an inside linebacker. He's out of Paulding County, and he did an incredible job. So, yeah, that experience is so valuable for so many of these young players who will have to be in those starting roles next year, because Georgia won't lose nearly what they lost last year, but they're definitely going to lose some players who will move on after this season. And so you're right. There will be young players who now can say they've played in a national championship. They know what it's like. They've felt the energy of that stage, and I'm sure that will pay off moving on. They also get a ton of practice. Kirby Smart makes it a point. They call it Bloody Tuesday, which is kind of morbid, but that's what they call their practice on Tuesday, because they flat out play football. You don't see that in the NFL. They don't play football during the week. They kind of, they play two-hand touch during the week to stay healthy. No, not at Georgia. They have Bloody Tuesday practices where they're going full out, but that develops their players, and that's how Kirby Smart has learned from places he's been, like Alabama. That's how you keep players developing, get them ready to be those next big-time players without a huge drop-off. Taking a look at the back of this car, you see Dan Jackson, who was hurt during the season, but what a huge play out of Gainesville North Hall High School, playing safety for Georgia. Some of the other guys right there as well, barking along. Let's see Keely Ringo, who was recently declared for the NFL draft, who had that incredible catch, the interception, the pick six at the end of the 21 national championship game. He is on there. Javon Bullard also on this one, who was Keely Ringo this year, who had a couple of interceptions, as you said, the fumble recovery and the national championship game as the DBs roll down in their truck. So, yeah, talking about young guys, Javon Bullard, another one out of Milledgeville, Baldwin High School, was huge in the national championship. He'll be huge for Georgia moving forward, taking on a bigger role. Malachi Starks. Yeah, how about a little in your face? Yeah, Malachi awesome. Knows what's up. Jefferson High School is here. He's a safety starting for the Dogs. He committed to Georgia live on Fox 5. Another player we got to know so well, playing for Gene Cathcart in Jefferson High School. Here could be the next quarterback for the Dogs. Carson back in the back. Carson, hello! He's got his head down. Maybe he's already in the playbook getting ready for spring practice, because that's when we're going to have a huge quarterback competition. Who will be the quarterback, the heir apparent? Now, Kenny McIntosh right here. Dejan Edwards, Kendall Milton, all the running backs right here. And you see Dejan Edwards out of Colquitt County signing some autographs. They had a huge season, all those guys, and I will never forget the vibe that was Kenny McIntosh after the game, smoking a cigar, had one of those crazy big hats on. Kamari Lassiter, you can see it right here, as more defensive players come through. So, yeah.
And Cody, one thing that's
takes a village.
It's interesting to see that security is letting some folks walk up to the vehicle. That's not something we saw last year. No. But
and there's
maybe, like
everybody
you said, Cody,
wants this autograph. It's Brock Bowers
like
right in the middle. Oscar Delp to his right.
They're lower to the ground this year. They're not super high on a vehicle, so they're a little more accessible than they were last year.
And Brock Bowers is a fan favorite. He had a lot of 19 jerseys as you walk up and down Lumpkin Street today, because everybody loves Brock Bowers. You can see some of the other guys rolling through right now. But, yeah, that's definitely one where these kids maybe walked a quarter mile trying to get an autograph from Brock Bowers. I see Dominic Blaylock from Walton High School in the next one. Some of the wide receivers coming through right now. Dominic Blaylock's been here forever, fought through injuries, had a huge catch in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl to get a first down and keep Georgia going. And Ladd McConkey, another fan favorite. You can see the kids chasing this next one. Everybody wants a Ladd McConkey autograph. He's in the back out of Chatsworth, Georgia, North Murray High School. Kieris Jackson right here has been at Georgia forever and ever. He was practicing during the Rose Bowl times. He was an early enrollee there, wide receiver. Another huge catch on that game-winning touchdown drive for Georgia in the Peach Bowl. And we got a little bit of a break now, but what a scene it's been. It's all these Dog fans trying to get autographs, and a lot of them will kind of filter in behind this parade as they want to get down and get inside for the championship ceremony. Looks like some more wide receivers.
Cody, as wonderful as this is for the players, you can tell it kind of makes Kirby Smart a little nervous. The day after the championship, he said, look, we can't be entitled. It's natural. He says it happens to him that you have success and you relax. That's the last thing he wants to happen because he'd like to be back here again next year.
Yeah. Cody, talk about, too, just as we're seeing some more of these players roll down here, talk about just how the coaches and Kirby is able to kind of keep these players grounded.
Oh, they'll have fun today. You better believe Monday morning, a big good day to Brett Thorson, the Australian punter. Came in as a freshman, but yeah, he knows how to knock them down. If anybody knows how to knock them back down, it's Kirby Smart. He'll have these guys grinding soon enough. They'll do what they call mat drills in the spring and really test the guys and bring them back. And they've been practicing an extra month, so they may give them a little more time than usual just to kind of relax. But it won't be long before they start getting ready for spring practice, and they're going all year round, really. There's so much they can do, and if you have experience at quarterback, they can get these guys out and almost practice even if they're not practicing. The offensive lineman right here on the loud fire truck, Warren McClendon up top, Warren Erickson out of North Gwinnett High School. You can hear them. Yeah, they've done this before. The Big Dog Hedges Unit is what that vintage fire truck is called. And on the back, they've got all the national championships and already have 2022. This one, appropriately number 34. Tate Ratledge on top. We see Xavier Truss, starting offensive lineman. Tate Ratledge, you can't miss the mullet. And the secret of the mullet, I will tell you, is it's backup quarterback Carson Beck who trims that mullet, I found out during this year. One of those things we got to find out getting up close and personal with this team. Yes, believe it or not, the backup quarterback does the haircuts as well. I wonder if he becomes a starter, if he'll still have to cut the hair. And these are the early enrollees. So who you're seeing, the future of the Georgia Bulldogs program, Georgia had 9 early enrollees. So these are players who weren't even a part of this championship, but you know what? They're already on campus. Kirby Smart wants them to have this experience. So kind of a cool moment there. Lawson Lucky, I can see from Norcross High School on the other side. But that's the end of the parade. From here, we can send it back to you guys for now and take a look one more time. But yeah, what an incredible time to be a Georgia Bulldog fan.
Yeah, well, fantastic stuff, Cody.
Yeah, you did such a wonderful job. Your intimate knowledge of these players just added so much to the broadcast, Cody. Fantastic work.
Yeah, our Paul Milliken is the next reporter we have along the parade route who's starting to see some of the cars make their way toward his area. Paul, tell us what the energy is like where you are right now.
Well, there they are. Let's just show you right now. They are finally almost here. We have been waiting and waiting. Are you guys excited? They are all here. We cannot wait to start seeing some of these familiar faces over here, and this is such a great spot to be because, of course, we're at the very end of the parade route. This is the intersection with Baxter Street, so they're going to get out right here, and they're going to walk into the stadium. So this is a great spot to hopefully get some good selfies, get some autographs, meet some of the players. This is our very first couple of vehicles coming through, so we know the parade is almost here. All right, now you know you've got some good fans up with you when someone asks you, wait a minute, can I do my vocal warm-ups before we go on TV? And you did, so you're warmed up and ready, right?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Wait, let me hear a high note. Can we yes, give it up for the high note. Thank you. Okay, Why did you want to be here today?
I'm super excited. We missed it last year. Me and my family were not going to miss it this year. Way to go for Georgia to come back for the second year in a row, so we're excited.
Yes, absolutely. Are you a fan for life of the Bulldogs?
Fan for life.
I love
Born in Athens, Georgia. Go Dogs.
Nice. Okay, so what does it mean to you to be here today?
It's amazing to me. Your hometown and the Georgia Bulldogs have made it 2 times in a row, and I'm actually from Athens, so I'm super excited.
Oh, that's amazing. It's your hometown. You are here and seeing the celebration. What is it like looking down the street and just seeing nothing but fans? It's all red and black down here.
That's how we do it.
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
That is how you do it. And this, I don't know if you can really tell on TV because we're looking into the sun, but this is such an amazing vantage point right here. We're sort of at the top of the hill, so you are looking down and you are just seeing oceans of people down there. It is fantastic to be here. Now, let me ask you, I heard of Go Dogs over here. How excited are you to be here today?
I'm very excited.
Yeah, why'd you want to be here?
This is my hometown.
Yeah.
We bleed red and black.
You really do here. I mean, you feel it when you get in town, and they are almost, look at this. We got the vehicles here, almost here. Who are you most excited to see today?
The mailman.
Oh,
That's right.
What it's all about. We're waiting for the mailman down here. What about you two? We talked to you earlier. Anyone in particular you're excited to see, or just you wanted the ambiance here?
We're here for everything, for everyone. I think we have some pretty good views, but definitely excited to see Kirby, Stetson Bennett, of course.
Bowers too. Brock Bowers, excited to see him.
Amazing. Are you going to try to get an autograph or a selfie or what? I mean,
that's the goal. If it happens, it's great. If not, again, it's been a great day so far.
Yeah, just to be here, absolutely. And look how close we are. It's the Georgia Patrol right here, and we are so close to seeing the players, seeing Kirby Smart. I'm so excited to see them all right here. And again, this is it. This is the end of the parade route, so we've been waiting. And this is, somebody said to me before, this is the opposite of the Braves parade. The Braves won a couple of years ago, moved so fast. This one, there was so much anticipation, and being here, listening to Cody and Lindsay, we were so excited to start hearing and finally seeing. Oh, and there he is. There's Kirby Smart walking out front. Let's hear it for Kirby Smart. There he is. Somebody had a great flag earlier. It said, "Who's your daddy?" Kirby Smart. So there he is coming through in the front here. I think I heard you guys saying it earlier, Christine and Russ, that I feel like the access is even better right now. We're a little bit closer, I think. And look at that. I mean, the fan right there. What a great opportunity for the fans to be there, getting their pictures. Kirby waving it in the air. Andrew right there. Oh, what an amazing moment to be here and to see the excitement, just to get soaked in this atmosphere. Amazing. And again, just to be so close to these guys too, because last year it really felt like we were a little bit further back. I think it was just a different kind of situation last year. You just saw Kirby Smart. How was that?
Exciting.
Amazing? Yeah, feels pretty good. All right, I think we got Stetson Bennett coming up. How you feeling? Oh, and there we got the mascot coming through too. Got Harry coming through.
We got a really good spot.
You really did get a good spot here. This is just a perfect spot to be. And talking through the day to so many families here who say, hey, we had to bring our kids. This is history that we're witnessing here. This is not just last year, which was exciting. It was such an amazing thing to happen after all these years. But now this year, of course, to say we did it again, that you held on to that championship and fought for it all season with this incredible fairy tale season of an undefeated record. Just amazing to be here. And wow, we are right in the middle of it now, too. How does it feel to be in this spot?
I mean, we couldn't have been luckier. We've been here for a few hours, so we put in our time, but it paid off.
You earned it. You've been waiting for this right now. Yeah, everyone's phones are up right now. I can't believe anyone can get a signal right now. There are so many phones up, streaming live right now. Amazing to see the instant tech. No, wait, what'd you just say?
It's bananas.
You got it. It's bananas right now. That's what it is, indeed. Watching all the vehicles come through and hearing the horn blast, and I think we got some players about to be coming up here too in just a minute. What an exciting moment and a perfect spot to be here, right in the heart of Athens, right in the heart of UGA. Let's go Dogs. Let's hear it for the Dogs. How y'all feel? That's what it's all about. How do you you feel right now standing here so close?
So good. This is so exciting.
Yeah.
I love to be here.
Why did you want to be here today at the parade?
I wasn't able to come last year, and it means so much to be here and be able to celebrate. I haven't been back to Athens in too long, and I love it.
Oh, yeah, you got to come back to Athens. So what was it like for you watching this season, undefeated, just an incredible experience?
It was unbelievable. It was just so much fun all season. Pretty low stress outside of a couple of games. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can just enjoy it this time around. And again, this, like I said, this access, I can't believe how close we are, much closer than we were last year, even to the point where some people have managed to get right in front of the barricades, which was definitely not happening. It's like, you know what? We've done this before. We've been through it a time or two. This time around, we can really relax and have some fun. Let me chat with some more fans who are hanging back here. How do you feel right now?
I feel amazing. It's great. I'm a student, so it's amazing to just be here celebrating. And
I love that you're a student, so what a time to be a Bulldog right now. What is the atmosphere like on campus during games?
Wow, it is crazy, but it is so awesome. It's like a big family.
Yeah, I love to hear that. What about you? Why'd you want to be here?
See, I've been a lifelong Bulldog fan my whole life, and it's just a beautiful day to be a Bulldog, man.
Yeah, and did you know you were going to be this close? Look, they're all getting off right in front of you right here.
I know, man. I'm not this close in my whole life.
Yeah.
They've always been on TV. It's so great to see them in person.
Yeah, it's a little different when you're not watching on TV. You see your phone is up right now. How do you feel being right up here?
I'm good.
Yeah.
This is for you, Vince. Dooley, this is for you. Dooley. Dooley!
I love that. I love that. Paying respects to the Bulldogs who've come before. Now, we've got a Fox 5er back here. You said before, you watch us every day, so we appreciate it. Why'd you make the drive out here today?
To support our dogs and honor my dad, who was a lifetime Bulldog fan, and our whole family's Bulldog fans.
Oh,
Go Dogs!
Amazing. Honoring your dad. I love that. We're hearing a lot of that out here, that this is really, when you're a Bulldog, it's a family thing.
It's a very family thing. They implanted in you, and we've always been a dog fan.
Yeah.
And we'll stay a dog fan.
I love that. Amazing. Where'd you say you drove from, by the way? You're from?
We just drove from Commerce, but we're originally from Dallas, Georgia.
Wonderful. From Dallas. Great to see you out here. And again, look at the view's amazing right here. You got people right up in the front row spot. Got some more players about to come up here too. Unbelievable to be this close, to get this kind of excitement. The thumbs up, the waving, the honking of the horn. It does not get any better than a parade of champions here in Athens. Just incredible. You know, Christine and Russ, I'll chat back and forth with you for a minute. Again, I mean, last year when we did this, it was amazing. The energy was exciting, and I'll be honest, coming this year, you kind of wondered, are they going to be able to match it? You know, it's a little bit colder maybe this year. Is it going to feel the same? And I think the excitement, there's Stetson Bennett right there. There he is, mailman coming up. But to feel the excitement, get that chant started. Do it again, do it again. Mailman, 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 mailman. I love that, absolutely. And we are so close, just amazing. But again, you know, we didn't know if the excitement would be as high as last year, but I think it's equaled, if not even higher. You think it's higher?
I think it's higher.
I think it might be too. Just an amazing time to be here, you guys.
Yeah,
well, you know, Paul,
you're right.
Yeah, really, it was chilly this morning, but you're in the middle of this huge crowd. I imagine nobody's thinking at all about the weather at this point, except how beautiful and sunny it is.
No, somebody brought hand warmers, and we were like, you don't need those anymore. Come on, we're all together, warming up, excited. Absolutely. I think it actually feels a little better than last year because it was a little cloudy last year. We got the sun. Look at this access, you guys. Look at how, I mean, this is just incredible to be this close, to see fans taking pictures, to be able to get these moments right now to celebrate. And imagine how this feels for the players. Yeah, Christine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, how cool was it to see? Because, you know, a lot of times we see Kirby Smart and he's, you know, always business, always serious, very focused. How cool was it to see him just jump on that, you know, gate and just hype the crowd up like that?
Oh, I mean, come on. He walked up on the platform and started doing the Bulldog. I mean, it was amazing to see that here. But I think that is the fun about a parade like this. The work has already happened, right? I mean, the hard work happened. Look at this, amazing as the players come up here. I mean, just an incredible time. But look at these pictures are going to be amazing, right? I gotta put the mic down and get my phone out and get some selfies. Christine, Russ, I'm wasting my chance to get some selfies. I could go viral today. Come on.
All right, you go get your selfies. We're going to go to Justin Felder, who is along the dog walk right now that's taking place. Justin, who have you seen walk by so far?
Oh, we are right here at the tail end of the dog walk, and you're taking a wide look right now as the action is starting to pick up. I'll tell you what, Super Blaine, I don't know if you can give us a nice wide shot as we've got coaches and their families coming through here, but it is packed, it has filled in, and it's starting to go crazy. You can hear a UGA chant picking up here as the coaches are coming through, families, staff members of the teams. And I'll tell you what's been really cool, guys. I don't know if you can see me through here. We got people on shoulders. I'm somewhere in here in the madness. It's been folks watching you guys, watching just like everybody at home, seeing players get on buses, seeing Stetson Bennett, seeing everybody as we've been watching just like you and listening in as this parade's been getting going. We're here at the tail end of the dog walk, live here on Fox 5 and the Fox 5 Facebook page as the team is getting ready to walk into the stadium. We got a little lull here. My friends from Atlanta, where'd everybody go? I don't know if Super Blaine can come down to us. Tell us about this experience out here as we're waiting for the players to make their way in.
This is a just once-in-a-lifetime experience. We came last year with our kids along with the Braves World Series, and we told them this is probably once-in-a-lifetime experience to have 2 back-to-back plus a Braves World Series. It's just been amazing to experience it with our family and friends.
So now it's a 3-times-in-a-lifetime experience. Tell us who we've got over here. What's your name and where you're from? I forgot to ask that as we've got a little break in the crowd here.
My name's Jenny Coleman. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm with my husband, Walton, my friend Katie Brown, Lord Cheek, and everybody else at the Dog Nation.
Yeah, and about 100,000 of your closest friends. I don't know if you can see Super Blaine over there. We got fans on shoulders, all kinds of things. We're losing fans left and right. Our interview subjects are backing off. We got a little break here as some folks are still coming down the line. We got the Massey family here. Where'd you guys go? Oh, still right over here. This is who we talked to earlier. Can you still see Blaine up here? You got a better seat up there. What's going on?
Oh, man, we're waiting on Stetson, man. We want his final dog walk.
And one of your daughters, I think, up on the front row there?
Yeah, we got her all the way up at the rope right there. She's looking for a high five, a signature. Let's go.
Well, I think she's going to get it. She is in the right spot. I can hear the crowd getting louder as the staff. It's slowed down a little bit here at the tail end of the dog walk here, live on Fox 5, the Georgia Championship Parade. I can see some more faces coming around the corner here. I'll tell you what, and I heard Cody talking about it earlier, it's good for these guys to kind of unwind, let loose a little bit. When we saw them in LA, they were so business, they were so matter of fact, they were so ready to go that now they're able to kind of let it all out, let loose, and have some fun. I'll tell you, one of the guys who gets the credit, you see him with the goatee and the shaved head right there, Scott Sinclair, the director of strength, gets so much credit for these guys being in shape, ready to go on game day for all those big games. You can hear it's picking up just a little bit here as players are starting to make their way into Sanford Stadium for that championship celebration. I think we got some down there signing autographs, down there taking some time, giving some high fives on their way into the stadium. I'll tell you what, atmosphere-wise, I know you guys have been talking about it last year compared to this year. For me, it's just as fun. I mean, last year you almost had that sense of relief, right? It had been 40 years. Now it's been 365 days, but the folks here certainly still ready to celebrate. I'll let you listen in on the cheer for just a moment. At the tail end of the dog walk here, getting ready for the Georgia Championship Parade. We got a little break in the action here as guys keep on coming down the line into the stadium. The end of the dog walk. Yeah, there's a lot of autograph signing. We see some folks up on the front row here getting real excited with some Sharpies, hoping to take home a souvenir from this experience. Tell you what, Blaine, I'm not sure if you can zoom out and show the crowd. The folks that were standing here next to us told us they got here at 8 a.m. I haven't looked at the clock in a while, but that has been a long time. It was real cold this morning, but I heard you guys up on the bridge or wherever Russ and Christina are saying it was still cold. It's not cold here. I was shedding layers. It is warm. We got some body heat. Everybody is packed in real close. As we've got another group coming in there. Yeah, Russ, oh, here we go. Now we got everybody coming in. Think you're about to hear business pick up just a little bit as we've got some of the defensive backs here. Blaine, I think you see in the front here, number 29, Chris Smith, Hateville Charter, a guy who is a leader on this team. His teammates call him Soldier. A leader on this team in that defensive back group, and has really stepped into a much bigger role this season, a leadership role on that defense, and making the huge plays. And someone like Javon Bullard, a lot of those young guys really point to that they lean on. Carrying, it looks like it's daughter there with the beard, Blaine, Glenn Schumann, the co-defensive coordinator. We talk a lot about Will Muschamp, Glenn Schumann, these co-defensive coordinators. We wondered, how is that going to work? How many cooks in the kitchen? But you know what? They've got something right there. The young coach in Glenn Schumann, a guy in Will Muschamp, who's seen it all, done it all on that defense, working together in perfect harmony. Hey, look, number 10 coming down here. We got Jamon Dumas-Johnson, a linebacker who's really come into his own, coming out of Maryland this year. And another one of those young players who's going to be back and going to be counted on next season. You know, guy who's got a real big personality when we've been able to talk to him this season. But remember, this time last year, we're talking about Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean. Man, these are going to be guys. Those were guys who are going to the NFL. These are a lot of players who will be back next year. Hey, you want to talk quarterbacks? We got the backup quarterbacks coming right down. We got Carson Beck, the backup right there in the middle. We got Gunnar Stockton. Which one of these guys could be in line to succeed? Stetson Bennett walking in the stadium. There's Javon Bullard stopping to sign an autograph. Number 22, a popular guy, a true sophomore. Oh, it's getting loud around here. The quarterback's always popular guys. Who is it going to be next year, right? You got Brock Vandegrift, you got Gunnar Stockton, you got Carson Beck. The quarterback group, it's just 5-star after 5-star after 5-star, and they're all competing for who is going to be succeeding a walk-on. Isn't that kind of crazy? You got all these 5-stars all lined up to take over for the guy who transferred to junior college. All right, let's take a deep breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. We got a little gap. Super Blaine, hello. I'm still in here hanging out with all my friends. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Make some noise. Say hi to Super Blaine up there. Then we'll go back to the players. We're here
Justin,
live on Fox 5 and the Fox 5 Facebook page. Oh, hey, Russ, we'll send it back to you. Sound good.
Well, let's do that. Myles Garrett is amid the same crowd toward the beginning of the Dawg Walk. Myles, what's your perspective from where you are?
Hey there, Russ. Yeah, we are live here just outside of Baxter Street, and they say that I've got the greatest position here because I can't see anything, but my cameraman, Victor, has got the best position. He can see everything going on the Dawg Walk just behind me. We got here at 5:30 in the morning to get this spot here so that you can see all the players, Kirby Smart, all these guys walking down the Dawg Walk into Sanford Stadium. Now, fans are up in trees. They are down here on the sidewalk. Some are even standing here right next to me because they can't even see over the band and some of the people holding up the cell phones. So as you can see, as you can hear, the band is going crazy right now as the players are walking just behind us. I can't even see it, but Victor, my cameraman, has got the best angle, so I'm sure you guys can see, the viewers can see all the dogs walking in behind me. I've got some dog fans right next to me right now. I know you guys can't see them, but how long have you been out here, man?
Like since 12 o'clock.
Since 12 o'clock, and you live in Athens, so you got to give your mom a shout out, right?
Yep, I want to shout out to my mom. Te quiero mucho, toda mi familia, go Dogs, and I hope we get another championship next year. Happy New Year to everybody.
There we go. We love Mom, and we've got some other fans right here. Who are you guys excited to see today?
I'm McConkey. Brad Powers. Kenny McIntosh.
A host of Bulldogs, all of them such impacts on this 2022 National Championship team. Some of them are coming back this year. They're all behind me right now going crazy. They're going to be in the stadium with us, seeing the Dogs accept their trophy. Our DJ Shockley, as we said throughout the show, is going to be emceeing the event, and these fans are ready to go wild. I got to give some of these guys a shout out. They've been out here all morning long. To say here, right? Go Dogs. They've been holding up the forefingers. They've been doing the chant since 7 a.m. We've been here since 5:30. Some of them got here at 7. Some of them got here at 8. It just means more. That's the saying in the SEC, right? So the Dogs know what's up. Justin's been over there by the stadium, seeing the players walk by. He's been able to get a little bit of a better view of some of these guys and see them walk by himself. But we've got kids up on shoulders. We've got kids up in trees trying to get the best angle possible down here. But what more can you ask for out of a parade, guys? This is the real deal, back to back. I'm sure these fans are going to want to be back here again for a 3rd year in a row. And what's to say that anything will be stopping them? This team is stacked. We've been talking about it all morning. This roster, Carson Beck coming in to replace the great Stetson Bennett, Ladd McConkey, Brock Bowers, all these cats coming back for the Dogs in 2023. So it should be a high probability that this parade will happen next year. These fans, though, might have to come slightly earlier if they want to get a front row seat. So we're going to throw it back to you guys, those who might have a better angle. But live out here on the Dawg Walk, I'm Miles Garrett.
All right, that's some good stuff there, Miles. And, you know, he's at the part of the Dawg Walk where the Red Coat Band is and the cheerleaders are. So it's really just another level of energy that it brings to the excitement on the ground.
Yeah, so much fun.
What NASCAR is doing, adding the dirt track, doing this, and trying new things.
It's just reflective of what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring in new fans, bring in a new base, and doing things differently than in the past.
What else has to be done?
So we'll put one more layer of asphalt on that. Hopefully will be this week, weather permitting. We're going to
Championship number 3. As we take another look down the line here, we're at the tail end of the Dawg Walk, so we have a lot of players signing autographs, and here is Brett Thorson, the man himself. Maybe we can sneak in a question with here, the Aussie punter. I don't want to get in front of anybody sneaking autographs out here. Brett, we're here on Fox 5. How you feeling, man?
Hey, good, thank you. How are you?
What's this experience like? What's this parade going like?
Crazy. It's different. It's nothing like Australia.
Nothing like it. You heard it from the man himself. The Bulldogs punter, who, yes, even if he didn't get to play a huge role in the championship game, still a big part of this team. I'm sure he is more than happy hanging out on the sideline. All right, looking live at the tail end of the Dawg Walk, and you can see it. I heard Cody Mullet, Tate Ratledge out of Darlington in Rome. Such a big personality, so much fun seeing him. You can't miss that mullet anywhere. As the offensive line, a lot of the offensive line starters. Talk about a group that deserves a ton of credit. And you can also see in the middle right there, Kendall Milton giving a hug right here on the left. Kendall Milton signing a few autographs. A guy from California who had a big game in the championship game, dealt with some injuries, maybe didn't have the season that he wanted, but came up big down the stretch. Hey, Kendall. Oh, we lost him. He had to go. He had to go. That's all right. He's fast. He's a running back. He's tough to chase down for anybody, much less a lowly reporter like me. I can't blame him. You can see right here we got some offensive linemen over to my left. And if you look down the right, coming right down underneath the bridge, Blaine, wearing the number 5, that's Keely Ringo, star cornerback. We remember him making the play of a lifetime in the national championship game last year. He said he is heading to the NFL. This is his final Dawg Walk. Keely Ringo, the star cornerback, originally from Arizona. He, his mom, who we've shared her story before, relocated here to Georgia. What a career, what moments in big games. And down the stretch, my goodness, Keely Ringo asked to play against some of the best wide receivers in all of college football. Keely, we're live on Fox 5. How you feeling? Tell us about this parade.
Very good, man. It's a great experience out here to be able to share this moment with Dawg Nation, man.
There's nothing like it. You can't fake the love at all.
Keely, we know you're going to the NFL. As you look out on this sea of red and black, what are your emotions?
Man, it's just a great feeling just knowing that this will be one of my last times to be able to share moments like this with them.
I'm going to let you sign some autographs, but what does this championship mean to you?
So much, man. I came to the University of Georgia to make an impact with the guys on my team and the rest of the Dog Nation, man. I felt like we were able to do that for the past few years.
Keely, all these folks will be cheering for you on the next level too. Keely Ringo, star cornerback for the University of Georgia. We're going to let him take some selfies right here. I'll duck out of the way. I don't want to get in these. But man, talk about that defensive secondary, a guy who burst on the scene last year. Remember the pick six that sent our entire state into a lot of them, the ones that wear red and black at least, into euphoria, clinching that first championship in so long. And he's just become the guy this year that the defense has been willing to put out there on an island. So we're back here live on Fox 5 Facebook page at the Dawg Walk heading into Sanford Stadium. We're waiting for the man himself. Nobody's seen Stetson, right? We haven't seen Stetson. We're not missing. He went by? Oh, I missed Stetson. All right, there's been a crowd. Was he with the quarterbacks? Yeah, he was probably with the quarterbacks. All right, well, the quarterback went in there, but we still got a whole bunch of players coming down the line here, live right outside of Sanford Stadium. And I'll tell you what, seeing all these pictures, seeing all these selfies, am I in this one? I'm in a picture right now. This is Inception right here. We got some TV, Facebook Inception going on. I'll tell you what has been really cool is seeing all the kids in the front row, getting the autographs, and I'm going to give some kudos to the fans around me. When we got right up to the point where players were coming down, everybody let the kids go to the front, saw some, kind of sneaking through, going past hips, things like that, getting some autographs. So hat tip to the fans here, doing the right thing. It's all about the kids having a good time today. Looks like we're getting towards the tail end of the players right here. We're going to wrap it up, get ready to send it to Russ and Christine over there, but it's been fun. This crowd's been out here in some cases for 4-5 hours, getting that picture, getting that autograph, celebrating with their team, and just saying thank you. What a season it's been, what a 2 seasons it's been, and an appropriate send-up. Let's see who this is. Oh, we got the championship belt, the Dawg championship belt coming down the line. All right, Russ and Christine, we'll send it back to you as it looks like things are wrapping up here, about to head inside the stadium for more.
Yeah, it sounds like it was worth the wait, waiting 5 hours.
I'm telling you.
To get a shot of their favorite player and seeing some of the coaches as well.
Yeah, Justin, you did a wonderful job. Miles, everybody.
Yeah.
Paul Milliken out there. Cody Chaffins knows everybody's name. That certainly helped with our coverage of all this, and Lindsey Tuman there at the beginning at the Buttsmere building. It's really something when you look ahead to 2023, and how can we not, right? They have 7 home games here at Sanford Stadium, really only 4 true away games. So things are set up for a real good season next year as well.
Yeah, they're talking about us potentially having another path to do this again. Can you imagine a three-peat? Oh, I mean, we weren't even thinking about this at this level just a few years ago.
Exactly. I would love to be stuck with you in this very spot a year from now. That would be that's my highest aspiration.
In this 30-plus degree weather, it's an honor.
It's absolutely fantastic. Now, having said that, I was fortunate enough to come to Fox 5 in 1995, and 6 months later, the Braves won the World Series.
Oh, wow.
In 1996, they were up 2-0. They were winning the third at home, and we lost and didn't win another World Series for 25 years. So you can't take this stuff for granted, and thankfully nobody is. Everybody came out and took advantage of this, because the 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds, they might be 27 and 28 the next time we win this. We certainly hope not.
Yeah.
But when you have a chance to celebrate, you got to do it, and boy, they did it right today, didn't they?
In 1995, I was a sophomore here at the University of Georgia, Russ. 19 years old.
Look how far you've come.
So, yes, you're right. We can't take any of these moments for granted. You just don't know when it's going to happen again. So, just so much fun to see everybody soaking it in. People of all ages, from babies to kids to adults and grandparents, just a wide range of people here getting ready to go inside Sanford Stadium right now to see the celebration.
Yeah, where our own DJ Shockley is going to be emceeing the events. He's one of their favorites as well. Let's talk to Alex Whitler for her perspective on what you saw today, Alex.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we've been waiting on pins and needles, anxiously waiting to speak with you guys, because we've met some of the most amazing people. I want to show you, they opened the floodgates. We've been here since before they even opened.
All right, so Alex, we're going to check in with you here in a moment. We lost your audio. We apologize, but as we're looking at the shot sheets along Sanford Drive there, where it looks like the gates have finally opened, and we saw people before we came on air, Russ, gathering along the gates, along Sanford Drive, just waiting for a chance to get in, because I would imagine, as far as seating is concerned, it's probably first come, first serve.
Yeah, that's where we were set up, in fact, on Sanford Drive last year as we did this, and in anticipation of an enormous crowd, we thought maybe we'd let them have that space and we would be here. You can see Sanford Stadium behind us, and Alex expressed her enthusiasm for getting on the air and telling us what's going on, so we're going to try our best to fix that technical issue so we can hear what she has to say.
Are we ready to go back to her? Okay, we're not ready to go back to her just yet, but yeah, the enthusiasm started just like we've seen. People have been here for hours, just waiting for the moment to be here again, and it's so cool to see people say, you know what, I didn't get to come last year, I'm making it a point to come this year, just to celebrate everybody.
Right, exactly, and a lot of these people are not going to be able to fit inside Sanford Stadium because it's a smaller crowd this year, some 55,000 as opposed to more than 90 because of some of the construction that's underway. We have Alex Whitler back. Alex, tell us what you're seeing.
Yeah, hey, I was trying to show you guys the people who had the best view. It was a whole slew of people packed on this side of those stairs watching this prime view of the parade. But that's okay, because down here, it's now like the floodgates have opened and everyone is rushing inside of the stadium to have fun. Now, I want to show you guys the most excited group of people we've seen out here. These are some recent graduates. Is that this is truly the state's school. We've seen people from far and wide celebrating UGA. You know, these folks just graduated this May. Class of 22. Class of 22. But if we go further down the line, class of 96. Class of 95. And the best part is, these are people who haven't even met each other. They're just showing up here to say, hey, welcome. On this very curb, eating Chick-fil-A. We've seen people who didn't even go to this school who are die-hard fans, and that's why I've got a little song on my heart today. You know, my colleagues, Cody and Paul, they've been major cheerleaders, but we have a song that I think all of us can relate to, right? Let's hope you can hear it. Do you know this? Come on, come, everyone gather close. Do you hear this? Gosh, I hope you can. Georgia. You know the Ray Charles song, guys. Come on. Come on. We'll start it over, because that wasn't good enough. Here we go. Here it comes.
Yes, we got it.
We got it. We got it. Here it comes. You have to set the tone. You have to set the mood. Georgia. Woo! Yes, tell him. Georgia.
I don't know.
It's a party, you guys. It's this one big party.
Sweet song.
Yes.
Georgia on my mind.
Just to do this song for you. So audio issues, mic issues, be gone. We're going to have a party no matter what.
I want to party with them.
Yeah, I know, right? They're ready to go. I love it. Yeah, just the energy. It's infectious. How can you not be excited about being a Dawg fan right now?
They've figured out how to do a parade here at UGA. Last year's was great.
Yeah,
it really was
great
fantastic. But this year's, I think we can all concede, was better because the fans got a chance to get a little bit closer. The kids went up to the cars and got their autographs signed and everything.
It was 365 days ago, so
right.
I guess,
Right.
You figure it out quickly,
hey, we're always tweaking stuff, living in the moment. And Boy, what a moment it has been for UGA fans, for the UGA players, the staff.
Yeah.
As Cody pointed out, these guys, and it's a lot of sacrifice all year long, being away from family, just the amount of commitment that goes into this kind of success, you can't underestimate.
No, you really can't. And that's why it tickled me so much to see Kirby run up to the crowd like he did and, pumping his fist, because you don't get to see that side of him.
Right.
Because he has to be so
without
focused.
the visor.
Without the visor at that, right?
I didn't recognize him without the visor.
But yeah, it's great to see that they all get to soak it all in, because they're making their own memories as well. You remember Kirby and his wife; they're alums here,
right?
So it's got to be even another level of special for them, right? To give this back to the university that gave so much to them.
No question about it. And we can't stop without pausing again to mention the name Stetson Bennett. This was his last hurrah. Obviously, they're going to have the celebration inside Sanford Stadium, but part of this celebration is a goodbye to him and a thank you to him for what he did against all odds that nobody expected.
And I wonder what, we can't get in his head right now, but I wonder if it is a little bittersweet right now, the feeling of doing your last dog walk, being in Sanford Stadium for the last time as a player. It's got to be emotional. I know he doesn't like a lot of the spotlight on him. He'd probably tell you, and all the attention, because he was just always the type to always work hard, right? He says that's what he learned being from Blackshear, Georgia. You work hard to get what you want, and certainly he did that and earned everything, all the accolades that are coming his way.
Yeah, Kirby said he told the players, you're going to want to come back if you go to the NFL or not, and you're going to miss this, because this is a family. If you go to the NFL and you're successful, it's wonderful. You make a lot of money. But
it's a business.
It's a business, and the other guy in the locker room's trying to take your job. That's it's not the same thing. And they've been very privileged to be taken care of by a staff that obviously cares about their success and cares about them as human beings.
Yeah, and they've said it. One of the interviews asked Stetson Bennett after the game, "What did Kirby say to you when he took that time out and gave him his last curtain call?"
Right.
And Stetson said he told me that he loves me.
Yeah.
Because there is that level of love. They love these players like they're their children.
Right.
Like you said, there's, their families bring them here and put them in the hands of these coaches.
It's a lot of trust.
It's a lot of trust, and it's a huge responsibility, and they develop a love for each other, and it's great.
Yeah. Well, I love being with you here today. It's been so much fun. We appreciate you watching. We really do, depending on Fox 5 for our coverage. It's been a real team effort, and I'm so proud of the team for showing this from the Buttsmere building down to the Dawg Walk, the whole thing.
Shout out to Lindsey Tuman, Cody Chaffins, Paul Milliken, Justin Felder, Miles Garrett, all our photographers who are with them.
Super Blaine, Victor, yep.
Giving us just fantastic views from above and on to ground.
And Eli Jordan behind us here.
Yes, of course. And all our producers and everybody in the control room. I mean, it takes a village to get these images to you and get up close and personal with some of these players. So shout out to our crew as well.
All right, so we're going to leave you with some highlights of today's celebration here in Georgia, here in Athens, and let's hope to be doing it again next year.
All right, let's do it.